Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, we bring you some waterfowl action from Saskatchewan, Canada.
Shoot 'em.
The first part of the show has us out on a morning hunt on a small wetland attached to a field where there's ducks and geese all around. Then we hunt a field that's got a pond that's pulling our birds away, and it takes a couple of adjustments until they start to work our spread. All this and more coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures.
Hey, pretty mama, go and grab the scatter gun. Rommel's looking like he's got one more good run. His hips are a little shaky, but his heart's still true. Oh, how that dog loves hunting with me and you. Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run. Everything you need is here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
This week's hunt takes us to Saskatchewan, where we're in a small wetland with a field just off of it where there are a lot of birds working. We set up in the field with Mike LaRue, Brad Heidel, Tim Skiba, and a few friends, and we look to get into some fast and furious waterfowl action. Look at that. It's gonna be a good day, guys. So as we're setting up the decoy spread, we had birds buzzing us the whole time. We got set up, we got in our blinds, we had birds flying right overhead, but we had to wait for legal shooting time. "6:35. Now are we good?" Take them. Take them. We had birds coming in from every direction. Some were behind us, so we didn't have a safe shot.
All right.
And others came in when we were still reloading from the group before. Here we go. Take them, guys. Shoot them. I didn't see him fly away. Here's another. Take him. Look at this one coming in. Gary, this one's all you. Next, we had a great flock work in. They hovered and set up perfectly. Too bad they were crows, and this was proof that the vortex even works on non-waterfowl species. Someone get the rule books out. They're hanging out here. Rommel fetches crows. I've had him fetch them before in Louisiana when we shot them. During the hunt, good friend Brad Heidel got his dog Burger out. Burger is a dog that I sold to Brad as a puppy and then brought her back and did the training on. Experience is the key to getting a dog ready and efficient in the field. Nice. Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, our morning hunt progresses, and we continue to see ducks and geese.
Shoot 'em.
We also bring you a great training tip where we take our house dog out and teach her some tracking. But first, here's a conservation quick fact. The entire Gulf Coast is rapidly losing marshes and wetlands, the winter home for millions of ducks and geese. These wetlands are also key for many species of juvenile saltwater fish, such as redfish. Restoring and rebuilding wetlands across the Gulf will benefit hunters and anglers nationwide. Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures is brought to you by Cabela's, Liberty Safe, Big Dog Lawnmowers, the Kansas Department of Wildlife Parks and Tourism, Cat Pack, American Natural Premium Dog Food, Browning, Browning Pet Products, Spy Point, Hi-Vis, Heavy Shot, Mech Shooting Sports, the National Wildlife Federation's Vanishing Paradise program, Conquest Scent Sticks, Hadel's Game Calls, Onyx Maps, and Boucher Automotive Group. This training tip is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Welcome to this week's training tip. This week, we're going to take Lucy here, who is 7 years old, and make her into a tracking dog. Lucy gets left behind on most of our waterfowl hunts, so we decided that not just use her in upland, but also use her in our big game hunts as a tracking dog. Tracking is becoming incredibly popular in all 50 states. You have dogs of all shapes and sizes. You have miniature wiener dogs, all the way up to bloodhounds and Labrador retrievers. So we're going to take Lucy, we're going to take her from hunting dog to tracking dog during the season, and then we're going to use her on some of our hunts this year. So we have our new scent from Conquest Scents for blood trailing. Now this is a wax stick, so it's great because it's going to stay on what we put it on. We're going to start with just scent identification. We're going to put it on just a regular retrieving bumper like Lucy has used in the past. Liberally put it on the bumper and then just throw it for her in the yard so that she finds it, she associates the smell to retrieving and to finding what we want, and we're going to reward her with a lot of praise. Good dog, good girl. And it's a fun game. She doesn't understand that we're training. She actually thinks we're playing, but we want it to be fun. We want her to associate this with fun. Drop, good girl. And get her so that she understands what that scent is. Good dog, bring it here. Good dog. So now we're going to take an orange bumper because dogs can't see color. Liberally coat it with our scent. We've done our work on our short cover. We're then going to take this to the higher cover or grass that's probably ankle to knee high. And we're going to throw it so that it rolls on the ground and leaves a scent trail. And then take the dog in and let her find it. Lucy, hunt it up. There you go. Good girl, that a dog, good dog. Then as you progress with this, you're gonna go to higher cover. Come here. A different look, you'll hit woods, you can do some wetland, you can drag the bumper, you can take it and bounce it and roll it like we did, but you're gonna give them different looks so that they are able to succeed in the field when they're trying to track your lost game. That's this week's training tip. Now back to the hunt. Back in Saskatchewan, our morning hunt continues. The sun is now above the horizon and our guns are continuing to heat up. We decided to tweak our spread a little bit and we finally got some geese to start working the area. Want to take them? Shoot them! Should have taken them. It is really common as the sun comes up that the way the birds work totally changes. On this hunt, it was no different. We were constantly moving things around, checking the presentation of our decoy spread, and making sure that our blinds were concealed as at times the birds didn't work. When we made adjustments, then the birds started to come right in. Take him. Nice shot. Kill him. As the morning hunt came to a close, we broke down our spread and ended what was a fun hunt. We headed back to the lodge for a great treat as Chef Brad was going to take some of our birds that we had taken and cook them up.
Brad, you did good.
Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, we have a great kids corner on reloading, and we have some more red hot action from Saskatchewan. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, where you can win great prizes from our sponsors, including a puppy just like this little guy from Soggy Acres Retrievers. This segment of Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures is brought to you by Cabela's.
Now it's time for this week's Kids Corner.
Welcome to this week's Kids Corner. I'm here with Sean from Mech Shooting Sports, and we're going to load some non-toxic rounds.
All right, Cole. All starts with the recipe book, and it's published by all the powder manufacturers. And what we're going to do here today is, since Clayton, as you can see, had some practice and you drew the short straw, you get to do all the reloading. So we'll go in here and we'll look at our data book. So we're going to be reloading a 3-inch shell, and it lists out the whole recipe. So what wad we're going to use, how much shot's going to be dropped into the shell, how much powder, and it also gives you what the velocity is. So the nice thing is, with reloading, you can mimic or basically make the same thing as what you would buy in the store. So we have our spent shell that Clayton shot. We're going to stick it in station 1, bring the handle down. You hear the primer drop out, but also in station 1, it resizes the brass back to a factory spec. Station 2, we reprime the shell. Basically the start of the ignition where the firing pin hits. Station 3, we're going to put our powder charge in. So bring the handle down all the way, push the charge bar over, drops in the amount of powder. We'll take our wad, seat the wad all the way down, charge bar back over. You heard all the shot go in. We dropped our shot, so now we'll move to station 4, which is our starter crimp. See, it puts a cone on the shell.
Yep.
And then the last station, we'll put the actual crimp depth and taper on it. Now you're ready to go shoot. All right, Cole, your turn. Walk me through the whole process.
All right, so you put the shell in here to remove the primer and resizing the hole. And you move from there and you put it in here to put the new primer in. And you go over here and you push down on the handle and put in your powder.
Yep.
Then you gotta put the wad in. Then you put the shot in.
Yep.
Bring it over here and you do the starter crimp. And then you finish over here.
Perfect. All right, Cole, that's how easy it is. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Looks like you got a little bit of work to do. I'll be back in a little bit.
That's this week's Kids Corner. Now back to the hunt.
Back in Saskatchewan, we set up on a field for a duck and goose hunt with Pappy and my good friend Nettie the Drothar. As we were putting the decoys out and adjusting our spread, we consistently watched birds working a pond just off of our field. In the field, we found a great area for concealment where some of the wheat had been missed by a combine. This let us put our blinds in, get ready for some furious waterfowl action. Here they are right here. Here they come from the left, guys. Same flight path. Take them. They almost landed on me. Yeah, they're trying to go behind us. Take them. Happy. Here, Pap, bring it here. Want them? The pond continued to pull ducks from us. We wanted to try to get geese. Look at them. And we had purposely not put any motion out in our decoy spread. With the geese not arriving, we decided to switch it up and see if we could pull some of those ducks over from the pond right into our spread. From the left. Oh yeah, this one's gonna do it. And here came the geese. It looked so promising. They're coming in. They're on the deck. and then they pulled up short. This led to me having to take a walk to move the birds out of the field so that the additional geese that were coming on the horizon wouldn't land by them and would come to our spread. Once the geese left the area, we added the motion back to our spread, and the results were obvious immediately. There you go, Nettie. Now you can fetch it. I'm not on my game today. Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, we try to coax in a few more birds as we wrap up our Saskatchewan hunt. But before the break, here's a conservation quick fact. Fishing and hunting, especially waterfowl hunting, is part of the way of life in Louisiana. Critical of the state's economy, as well as a way of life for many residents, hunting and fishing is a state tradition. Restoration of coastal wetlands will keep that tradition alive. This product profile is brought to you by these fine sponsors. A product that we are really excited to have in our decoy trailer is the Cabela's Northern Flight Dog Crate Blind. Now, this is something that we use generally in the field. We use it for when we're out hunting and want to conceal the dog. Field hunting, water hunting, up on a stand, this thing works out great for us. It's durable. It's got a weather-resistant cover for added durability, and what I like, it zips the dog in. Now, we've used this on hunts in Louisiana, and the reason we used it was that there were alligators in the area. So we'd actually zip the dog in. It's got a mesh front so the dog can see the birds go down, and then we were absolutely certain that he would not go out until commanded to go. Everyone wants to say that they have the perfect dog and they're well trained, but breaking could be an issue, and in this instance, it could be a matter of life or death, so we used the crate blind, and it worked out really well. For taking this crate blind with you, another great feature is that it folds completely flat. That means that you can put it in your car, your SUV, your truck, or in our instance, decoy trailer, and it takes up virtually no space. All you have to do for assembly is snap one bar into place, and the blind is up and ready to be used. It's got two optional snaps that hold the door up, a zipper on either side, and then you have your dog fully concealed. They're safe, they're secure, whether you're out in the blind or even if you're leaving them in the hotel room. For a great product, check out the Cabela's Northern Flight Dog Crate Blind. Back in the field, we made a couple of minor adjustments, and boy, did that change how the birds worked. Look out, Brad. Look at this one right here. He's coming, Brad. The sky was loaded with birds, and it was just a matter of time. Within minutes, we had birds on the deck, and then right in our face. Really? Here. Hold it. On this next bird, it's coming in hot. It's on the deck. Check out the shot by Tim Skiba. Take him. Tim, you got it. You got that one. Happy kennel. Take him. Take him. Good boy. Here. Come on, bud. Hold it. We made one last adjustment to what the birds were seeing. This changed our presentation and helped us finish our hunt. Take them. Right here, come on. As the sun faded, we decided to count up how many birds we had on the ground, and with that, our Saskatchewan hunt was ended. Hey, we're at the end of a great hunt. Tim, Brad, thanks for sharing the field with Pappy and Nettie and I.
Bet. Our pleasure.
Nettie did a great job today. She was like a superstar.
Nettie was a superstar?
I think she was today.
She did well.
She thinks she was too.
Right. Yeah, she did well.
But it was a lot of fun. It was a really good hunt. Too bad all the geese came at once when we were trying to push them off the field.
What?
But there were a lot of birds in the area.
A lot of ducks.
If you guys want to go on a great hunt, check out Saskatchewan, Canada. There are a lot of birds. We really had a great time. Tim, thanks for having me up. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And hope everyone enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for next week's High Flying Adventures. Next week on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, we head back to Montana and chase mule deer with Milk River Outfitters. Kevin Turner is trying to take yet another great muley as we hunt the hills and we chase some great bucks. All this and more next week